This is our producer's chaos bracket. You can thank Brian Distilio for this.
Let's make this very clear to everybody listening that this is based on the result of this week, not the rest of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is if Texas ends up beating Georgia, Alabama loses to Oklahoma, and am I missing any other chaos?
That's all we got on there.
That's a chaos that we would have, right? So keep that in mind. This is what we came up with if that is to happen.
We have
But still, somehow in the chaos bracket, Miami still made it.
We have no
because right now, still the highest ACC ranked team.
So the biggest question that we're posing to you guys in the chat here as well is how far do those two teams drop were they to lose? So,
and how far does Texas go up?
Right. So we're assuming that, Georgia's going to drop all the way down from 5 to first team out with a loss at 2 losses. That pains Maddie.
So
pains. Why does that pain
that
you
would
so much?
Well, I mean, because who did they lose to?
Alabama and Texas.
And like that's where it's just like, all right, they lost to 2 of the better teams in the country. And
with the win over the current number 5 in this chaos.
Right. That's where it's like, man, it's just hard for me to see a team like that that's been so good for the entire season.
But where would you put them, right? So they're at 5, and then you would have 2 losses. So right now, Ole Miss would jump up.
Well, I can't really say where I would
loss.
put them because then I would be too much of
SEC bias.
Yeah, for sure.
But like you can't put a 2-loss team ahead of a 1-loss team, right?
Sure, I can. Yeah. But I mean, is it logical? No.
Because Texas beat them, right? Miami is in the ACC, highest ACC ranked team, so that's the reason why they would be there as a 2-loss team. Oklahoma, they ended up beating Alabama, so you got to go in there, right? Alabama drops to 10 after their loss to Oklahoma. Texas jumps to 7, and then at that point, and unless you're more so inclined to kick out Notre Dame. How about that?
Ooh.
Again,
because that's a 2-loss team.
Yes. Don't get this guy started on Notre Dame.
I just want to remind everybody, this is not the current bracket. This is what would be producer's chaos bracket.
We're just having fun.
But thank you, Brian. We're having fun.
If the chaos happens this
weekend.
Yeah.
I want to ask the question. This is more of a philosophical question.
Before I go.
At what point does head-to-head start to go down a little bit on the rung as we start to see some more data points? We start to play some more games. Like, is it the end-all, be-all? Is it always going to be that way? Like, we're so far on the season, we've gotten some more data, right?
That right there, what you said, so far out into the season. I think head-to-head matters more now than it did earlier on in the season because you already heard
matters
the
more
committee
now.
check. Yes, it matters more now than it did earlier because if you lost early on in the season, you were a different football team, right? We know Alabama isn't the same team that lost to Florida State. If they run it back today, is that going to look the same way that it did?
Probably
right?
not.
Yeah,
probably not. So
Yeah.
I think you improve as the season goes along and head-to-head starts to matter now a little bit more. But we're about to say goodbye. One thing on our chaos bracket that we would have here, if let's say, this is what I've suggested.
If Notre Dame lost?
Yeah. If Notre Dame would, if Georgia loses to Texas, Georgia goes back to 9. So we don't keep them out like you said. Notre Dame is a 2-loss team that ends up being pushed backwards because right now Georgia's resume is better than what Notre Dame's is.
Wow.
But Alabama,
right?
You were upsetting a lot of people.
Hold on. Can we compare them real quick before we get out of here? Resume.
Yeah.
How do we get to Notre Dame, Sam?
Okay. Yep.
There you go.
Okay, Notre Dame here. All right. So this is what they're currently looking like. Strength of schedule overall 41st. Strength of schedule remaining 66.
This is making your point for you right here, Matty.
I rest my case. Thank you, Scooby. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so,
I mean, but this is what it comes down to, right? For Notre Dame, it's just the fact that like 2 of the best games that they played this year, they came out on the losing end of it.
4 points.
Yep, 4. I don't care. It's 4 less than you needed, right? And that's really what it comes down to. So it's like we can't be like, oh, it was this, it was that. It was like, listen, you lost at home. Right? You lost at home to a team that, I know they're in the top 5 and all that, but still, an L's an L. So
to everyone that loves chaos like we do, hopefully that kind of happens this week, and then we have told you the future.
But I will say that's a different type of game. If they were to line up again, right? It's a little bit of a different outcome.